All right, come here. Come here. Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Okay. Hi, Sarah and Arbor here to talk to you about Earth Day today. Arbor's very excited because we have some of his favorite foods. Here, come here, come here, come here. Okay, come here. I knew the cheese wouldn't make it through the whole shot. But, so we are here to talk to you about a concept relating to Earth Day. We're going to talk about greenwashing versus sustainability. We're going to make Arbor a delicious snack using the freezer instead of the oven, since my freezer's always on. It's energy that's already being used instead of having to turn the oven on and use up that energy. And we're going to use a bunch of stuff that I already had in the house, so trying to reduce food waste. Now, are you ready? He's very ready. So what we're going to do today is very, very simple. It's got 5 steps. First step, get Arbor to choose ingredients, right? Second step, we are going to, I will prep those ingredients. Wait. The third step is I will fill that mold with the ingredients. Okay. Fourth step, I will freeze the mold. And after we wait, then he will enjoy his special treats. And it's also his gotcha day, so I didn't quite have time to do this video, but I really wanted to do something special for his gotcha day, and I figured I might as well film it. Yeah? Okay, get ready for some chaos. Wanna try some ingredients? Okay, come sit. Come sit, come here. Sit. Okay, first up we have our bases. So the main bulky liquidy type thing in the middle of the container will either be yogurt, nice thick Greek yogurt, or peanut butter. Let's see if he likes them. Break. No, get that. Get that. You want to start with the peanut butter? Break. Break. No, one of these. Try one of these. There. Which one do you want? The cheese is too tempting. And other things I have over there. Okay, come here. Come here. Over here. Okay. Which one do you want? Arbor is a picky eater sometimes, so we'll see if he wants either of these. Oh, he wants peanut butter today? Yeah? Okay, good boy. Do you want this at all? Only peanut butter? Okay, I think peanut butter won for the base. This is one of the things he has been staring at. Wait, break. Okay, we're definitely going to include egg then. Eggs have lots of protein, healthy fats in them. They're a good tasty treat for dogs. Okay, we can't let him eat all of it because we need to save some. Next up, we have bell peppers. Break. Break. Or we're fully wondering what he's supposed to do with bell peppers. Do this. No? No? Okay, back. Wanna try again? No? No interest. Okay, what about... Back. Oh, what do I have? It's exciting. Broccoli. What is it? Get it. What's this? You want this? Want it all? Here. Arbor, come here. Come here. Arbor, come. Come here. You're just gonna spit it out? Here. What I shouldn't have done is taken the cheese out before we did this part. What's this? What's this? What's this? No on the broccoli. Okay. How about strawberry? No? The strawberry? You like strawberry. Arbor. Sir? No. What if we catch it? Come here. Over here. Arbor, come here. What's this? What's this? Okay, ready? 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 Wait. There you go. No. All right. No to strawberries. Okay. We're finally now getting to the things Arbor likes. He can smell it. So we're gonna lay out 4 very tasty treats and we're gonna see which, maybe 1 or 2 Arbor goes for most. So we're gonna have cheese, wait. We're gonna have beef liver, which is it's a common treat that Arbor gets. No, leave it. Leave it. We're gonna have salmon, which is a treat Arbor doesn't get very often, but he loves it, or at least used to love it. We'll see how he feels about it now. And then duck, which is another treat he used to get a lot that he doesn't get too often anymore. Okay, we'll see what he feels like today. Wait. No, wait, Arbor. Fine, break. Salmon, beef liver, cheese, then duck. There's a very high chance this was only to do with proximity to his face. But there we go. Salmon, beef, cheese, duck. So we will include beef and salmon, I guess. Maybe some cheese because you like it so much. I forgot. Wait. Break. Liquid lettuce? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so that was a pretty successful test, I'd say. We're gonna have a peanut butter base, and then we're gonna put in beef liver and salmon and maybe some cheese. We'll get some egg in there and lettuce. But before we do that, it's sponsor time! And it's
Geek Tropical is a US-based small business with over 400 amazing geeky and nerdy designs available on super soft button-up shirts like Arbor and I are wearing, or you can snag them on Hawaiian shirts, bucket hats, dresses, or even kids' Hawaiian shirts. You'll find designs for D&D dudes, science sweeties, fantasy fiends, botany bros, anime appreciators, queer queens, and more. Whatever your interest, Geek Tropical probably has a design for you. All of their designs are licensed from artists who actually get royalties for every sale of their designs. Plus, Geek Tropical has a firm no AI art stance, so you can rest assured knowing that every purchase you make will support a geeky or nerdy individual just like you. And that's not all! Geek Tropical prints to order to avoid a lot of the waste from large batch fast fashion processes. They use a trademarked, super soft, stretchy, moisture-wicking fabric, and they have over 1,500 5-star reviews. So if you'd like to join the party, use the link in the description to help support this channel, and use code ARBOR, that's ARBOR, at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. Thank you to Geek Tropical for sponsoring this video and sustainably crafting such awesome geek-tastic clothing.
Thank you again to Geek Tropical for sponsoring this video and for doing print to order, which is a much more sustainable practice than mass production. Okay, can you sit? So to start things off, I'm going to give you a couple of definitions, which is why I have my handy dandy paper. These are from Merriam-Webster. So, all right, we will control the hound with cheese. Come here. Go around, go around. All right, sit. Okay, so sustainable is, the definition of sustainable is Of, relating to, or being a method of harvesting or using a resource so that the resource is not depleted or permanently damaged. Or sustainable can mean a lifestyle involving the use of sustainable methods. So this is pretty straightforward. I think we're all more aware of this term. It has to do with that, yeah, living sustainably, living in a way that, like, if you needed to cut down trees, you don't cut down all the trees for your products. You only cut down enough so that the forest and ecosystem can continue, and the, you know, we don't use up all of the trees at once. We make sure that the practice, that the resource that we have can sustain the practice that we're doing. Or like, if you're using fur for something, you don't hunt all the animals with that fur, because then you won't have any more animals in the future to use for that thing. And it's bad, don't hunt all the thing of one thing anyway. And then greenwashing, the reason I so dramatically took off my green sweater to reveal this fiery scape below, is because greenwashing is the act or practice of making a product, policy, activity, etc., appear to be more environmentally friendly or less environmentally damaging than it really is. So this is something that we see a lot when you see products and the label or the logo is green. We always associate that more. You might not have any cheese left in this to put in the inclusions. We relate that. So if something has like a green label, we relate it as being more environmentally friendly, even though there's no rules or requirements around any of that. So just because it has a green label doesn't mean that it is, and that's obviously very, very small, but there are some really big, more egregious examples of this as well. Okay, can I start doing this now? Did you actually let me? We'll find out. Okay. So one example of greenwashing is actually the idea that we can recycle our way out of the current like plastic problem and everything, which is not true. There is way too much plastic being produced, and a lot of plastic is actually not recyclable. So if you see, when you look at your recyclable products, you see the little chasing arrows symbol, and we're probably not going to make all of these, we'll just make a few. That chasing arrow symbol indicates, we think it indicates recyclability, but it actually just indicates what type of plastic it is. It's called a resin identification code, an RIC, and that has to do with the properties of the plastic. So the numbers are 1 to 7. Only numbers 1, 2, and sometimes 5 are actually like commonly recyclable at most recycling facilities. The other numbers, like styrofoam, I think is number 6. No, leave it. Okay, leave it. Come over here. It is recyclable, but it's often, because it's so light and takes up so much space, you don't get a lot of usable resin. Oh my God, I'm covered in fur. I'm gonna try not to get this in my peanut butter because it's my peanut butter. You don't get a lot of usable resin out of it, so it's often not very economically viable even to recycle like a whole truckload of styrofoam, so it often just becomes garbage. And these different numbers are really important because they can't all be recycled like together. Like we think of plastic, we think of it being like melted down and reformed into stuff. And that's true for some, like I believe number 1, PET, is, it can be done that way. But the different plastics need to be heated to different temperatures. So like PET is pretty heat resistant, and it needs to be heated to a really, like a much higher temperature than something like number 3, which is PVC. Here, you want some lettuce? Okay, wait, no. Come here. Here you go. So it needs to be heated to a much higher temperature than something like PVC. And the problem arises in that, like, if you heat PVC to the same temperature that PET needs to be melted to, PVC, that number 3, will start to release a very, very dangerous gas called hydrochloric acid. Wait, egg in there? Oh, here, what's this? So you can't just throw it all in together. And because those other numbers aren't usually recyclable, if you just throw them in your bin without checking what your recycling facility can handle, it's actually a practice called wish cycling, where we just want to believe that everything with a number on it is recyclable when that is objectively not the case. And why this ties in with greenwashing is because, maybe we'll do this last. Give me a tasty treat. Here you go. So this ties in with greenwashing. But to think of that, we have to go all the way back to the 1950s. 1950s America, when disposable products and a disposable lifestyle were really kind of coming into vogue, and it was seen as a mark of like success and wealth, that you could use things and then just throw them away, and it was also really convenient, right? Imagine not having to like clean a bunch of stuff, you know? But this disposable lifestyle meant that there was a lot of waste, and there were problems occurring with that waste. So then in 1955, there was a group called Keep America Beautiful that started the Don't Be a Litter Bug campaign. Now, we've all heard this, don't be a litter bug, throw your garbage out in the trash can, so that your garbage wasn't just, you know, everywhere, which is bad. Oh. Here, go get one. So give me a second. So then in 1970, there was the first Earth Day, and Earth Day was actually started by the Container Corporation of America, suspicious, who started it and held a contest to design a recycling symbol, which is where the chasing arrow symbol actually came from. And then from there, in 1971, the next year, Keep America Beautiful, those guys, they're actually still around to this day, they launched the ad campaign, launched the ad campaign of people start pollution, people can stop it. And there was a huge push for recycling and this personal responsibility, you know, which is great, but what it really did was shift the focus away from the producer and onto the consumer. And you might be thinking, well, why would they do this? Well, let's go back to the 1950s for a second. So remember that Keep America Beautiful group? They were actually founded by the American Can Company, the Owens Illinois Glass Company, the Coca-Cola, and the Dixie Cup Company, all of whom are huge producers of disposable products. Even then, they were kind of leading the charge on it. So they are the ones who started this personal responsibility, in large part in response to a law that was being proposed in Vermont, around disposable glass bottles, because people would just throw their trash out the window, which is very bad. And in Vermont, this was becoming a problem. There were a lot of cows there. Cows were eating the glass and dying. So the Vermont legislature was trying to pass this law to say that you couldn't use glass in disposable bottles, right? But this would be bad for the companies. It would be bad for their bottom line. So they take this, they start the Don't Be a Litter Bug campaign in order to get people to stop focusing on them, and no law like that Vermont law was ever tried to pass again. Yeah, so this is one of the first examples of greenwashing. There's a lot more to this story, but I'm not going to go into it here because I have a chaos creature who's making all of this difficult. We have other things to do. Like I said, it's a busy time. But if you do want to see you want to learn some more of that information, check out a few years ago, I did a project called Third Sock from the Sun, where I went through plastics and the science of it with a sock puppet. It was before I had a dog. So if you want to learn more about that, I will link it below. Third Sock from the Sun, to see a sock puppet explore the plastic problem. Yeah? Okay. All right, now we just have to put the egg in. No. Oh God. Oh God. I forgot. Egg is all attached. Get out of here. These look gross. But Arbor seems excited, which is good. It's his gotcha day, and he can be obnoxious if he wants to. Oh, I got some on my pants. Okay. Taking all of my concentration to not spill this and to not let the dog get in here. Here, what's this? No. He's got a really long neck. You just zoops, like those shorebirds, you know? Okay. Here. Okay, we're gonna pop these in the freezer, and then while that sets up, I'll tell you all about the villain that I created to go along with greenwashing. I had a lot of fun with this one. This was along with Arbor's Gotcha Day, this was one of the reasons that I really wanted to make this video, was to do this villain. So, we'll be right back. No bites. No bites. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Okay, I guess the last one was too exciting, or this baddie is too bad. Because we have a real big bad here today. We have Mr. Green. His name is so scary, Arbor doesn't want me to say it. Come here. Come here. Okay, so time to talk about this villain that I have created. This is a real big bad guy. Probably one of the scarier ones that I've created, a higher level as well. We also have our first multi-class villain. So we have Mr. Green, a greenwasher, surprise. But his name is Green. You know, you think he's nice and friendly to the environment, and he's not. So what he is, this is a human, my first human as well. He's an older white human male. If we look historically, if we look back at Keep America Beautiful and all that, we got a lot of older white human males, so that is who Mr. Green gets to be. And he, in multi-class, he is a 8th level enchantment wizard and a 7th level bard. I really wanted him to have a lot of illusion magic and a lot of charm. He's got a lot of charisma and a lot of deception and things like that. So he actually has a pretty crazy stat block, or like his skills are pretty crazy. So he has expertise in deception, history, and insight, which means he has a plus 14 to deception, a plus 13 to history, and a plus 9 to insight. So if he's trying to deceive you, there's a pretty good chance he's going to be able to do it, you know? And the history I thought was important so that he can draw on these other historical examples and this other knowledge to really make you think that he knows what he's talking about, and to have like more credence to the things that he's saying, to his claims. He also has proficiency in intimidation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. So intimidation he has plus 9, performance he has plus 9, persuasion he has plus 9, sleight of hand, stealth he has plus 5, those sorts of things. So he's really tricky. So he's a really tricky guy is what it came down to. And I made sure to choose spells that went along with this illusion, this making you think you're seeing something that you're not seeing, and or kind of gross attack spells. Because if this guy was attacking, the spell would probably be gross. Let's be honest, there's a lot of pollution and smog and chemicals and all that fun stuff. So some of the spells that he has are hallucinatory terrain. This is a 4th level spell. This is, you make natural terrain in a 150-foot cube in range look, sound, and smell like another sort of terrain. So you can make a big polluted kind of swampy area look like a beautiful meadow or forest, you know? Sort of the stuff that greenwashers want to make you think all the time anyway. So this only works if you're not touching it. So just like, let's say there was a big garbage patch that people had to drive by every day, and he could look at it and he could cast this spell and it would become not like that, you know? As long as you weren't like driving off the road and going to touch the big garbage pile, you would just think that, you know, reclamation efforts had worked or whatever. Hallucinatory terrain. It requires an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. Another spell is Vitriolic Sphere. This is another 4th level. So you point at a location within range and a glowing 1-foot diameter ball of emerald acid streaks there and explodes in a 20-foot radius sphere. And now this is a 4th level spell, right? So it's on a failed save, a creature takes 10d4 acid damage, so a max of 40 acid damage. And acid is a crazy one. Not a lot of people or beings have resistance to acid. And even if they succeed, it's 5d4 of acid damage. Then a few 3rd level spells. We have Hypnotic Pattern. This is another illusion-y type one. So you create a twisting pattern of colors in a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who can see the pattern must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition. And while charmed, the creature has the incapacitated condition and a speed of 0. So making people think they're seeing something that's not there, making people not believe their reality, all that fun stuff, and charming them. reducing their movement, reducing their capacity to do anything about it. We have compulsion, another third level. This is each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition. And you can take a bonus action to choose a direction horizontal to you, and all the charmed targets must use their movement in that direction, taking the safest route. So you can compel them to listen to you and do what you want, not in terms of attacks, but in terms of moving. So if you want to be like, hey, go away, go that way, they have to. And then we have Stinking Cloud. This is another gross attack spell. You create a 20-foot radius sphere of yellow nauseating gas centered on a point within range. Maybe this could be that hydrochloric acid from the PVC, maybe. This cloud is a heavily obscured area, and it lingers for the duration unless it's kind of dispelled. And each creature that starts its turn in the sphere has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. And poisoned is bad. You have a lot of it like limits a lot of the stuff that you can do, or you have disadvantage on things, I think. Correct me in the comments. Get at me. And then some lower level spells that he would have would be in the same vein. It would be Suggestion, Charm Person, Disguise Self, and then Calm Emotions and Detect Thoughts. So Detect Thoughts, so he knows exactly what to say to counter any argument you're going to have or allay your fears. And Calm Emotions, because if you're all heated and talking to him, maybe he can calm your emotions down, and then you see reason better, you know? All that stuff. So that is Mr. Green. And it's now time for the Arbor ability check. No? You want this? Yeah? Okay, get up. Up, up. So in today's Arbor ability check, he is going to be going up against Vitriolic Sphere. Now, we spoke about this one. This is the big cloud of acid, the big sphere of acid that's going to come and do 10d4 damage if he fails this save, which is bad. Arbor's a level 1 character. He has no business fighting this 8th level wizard and 7th level bard, but we're here for some reason. So he's going to try to get away dexterity saving throw against that vitriolic sphere. So the dexterity save is a 16, a difficulty check of 16. Arbor has a 12 dexterity, which gives him a +1. So he's got to roll a 15 or higher on this die in order to not take 10d4 of acid damage, only take 5. Okay, you ready? Let's go. Okay, sit. Okay, we're of course rolling in our Bunch of Crows rolling tray. I have the scrunchie on and the bandana, so if you want to match your pup, you can head over to A Bunch of Crows on Etsy and check that out. We also have an Instagram. Okay, ready? Ready? Catch! Good catch. Okay, roll. No. Okay, ready? Ready? Catch. No. Right, you wanna take it? Okay. Hold. Break. Break. Oh! And he gets a 16. Very excitingly, that means he gets a 17, which means you pass. You only take 5d4 of acid damage. Good job. Yeah? Good job. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a good job. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Are you ready? Now, these have been in here for about 20 minutes. It may not have been long enough, but that is the time that we have today. So, let's see. Okay, come here. You can see they look absolutely gross. I'm not excited about this. The top is frozen. I don't think the peanut butter layer is. Oh, this is gonna be gross. Okay, we're gonna do a little extraction here. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Just a spoon. Which one do you want? That? Okay. Do this one. This one. Okay. Okay, so the stuff along the sides is frozen. It just doesn't feel frozen. It's hard to do looking through your head. All right. Okay. Yeah, so the peanut butter at the bottom is not frozen. What do you think? I think it's a success. I think he's happy with this gross mess of a treat that we've made. Yeah, is that cheese? Oh, that's cheese. Okay, get it. Sliding, sliding, sliding. No, you don't just want peanut butter. You want the stuff on top. Wait, please. No. No. You too tired from all the chaos? All right. Well, he works on that. Thank you so much for sticking around, making it to the end. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out here at this channel. It will help us keep creating these crazy videos for y'all and these really fun characters and sweet treats for our sweet boy here. Wish him a happy Gotcha Day in the comments. Tell me what sort of characters you would like to see next, either classes or any science or math sort of inspiration that you'd like me to use. And stay curious. Yeah. Oh, and join the curious community. That's what you do if you subscribe. You join the curious community. We're doing great here. Anyway, bye.